At first glance, bibimbap looks chaotic. Rice, vegetables, meat, egg and sauce, all placed separately in one bowl, only to be mixed together seconds later. And somehow, this became one of Korea's most iconic dishes. But bibimbap is more than just mixed rice, because hidden inside this bowl is a story about balance, survival, tradition, and the way Koreans see food itself. So why do Koreans mix everything together? And how did bibimbap become one of Korea's most important cultural dishes? Today, bibimbap exists almost everywhere in Korea. From traditional restaurants, to airport food courts, to convenience store versions sold late at night. It's colorful, comforting, and surprisingly personal, because no two bowls of bibimbap ever feel exactly the same. The word bibimbap is actually very simple. Bibim means mixed, and bap means rice. Literally, mixed rice. But despite the simple name, bibimbap carries a much deeper meaning in Korean culture. Traditionally, Korean meals are built around balance. Different colors, different textures, different flavors. Nothing is supposed to dominate the entire meal, and bibimbap reflects that philosophy perfectly. Because inside one bowl, everything exists together. The exact origin of bibimbap is still debated. Some historians believe it came from Korean ancestral rituals, where leftover food from ceremonial tables was mixed together afterward. Others believe it developed from farming culture, where busy workers needed fast meals that combined multiple side dishes into one bowl. And over time, the dish evolved across different regions of Korea. In Jeonju, bibimbap became luxurious and refined. In mountain villages, it stayed simple and practical. But regardless of region, the core idea remained the same: balance inside a single bowl. One of the most fascinating things about bibimbap is its colors. Because traditionally, Korean food was deeply connected to balance and harmony. Many bibimbap ingredients represent the 5 traditional colors used in Korean philosophy: red, green, yellow, white and black. Each color symbolized different natural elements and energies. That's why traditional bibimbap often looks carefully arranged, almost too beautiful to mix. And yet, mixing everything together is the entire point. Because bibimbap isn't about perfection. It's about harmony. And then comes the moment everyone waits for. The mixing. The egg breaks. The gochujang spreads slowly through the rice. Vegetables, sauce, sesame oil, and meat combine together into something completely different. And strangely, the messy version tastes better than the organized one. Because bibimbap was never meant to stay untouched. It was designed to transform. Today, bibimbap exists in countless forms. Luxury restaurant bibimbap, stone pot bibimbap, convenience store bibimbap, vegetarian versions, even modern fusion versions with cheese or spicy chicken. But despite all these changes, the feeling stayed familiar. Warm, balanced, comforting. For many Koreans, bibimbap feels like home food. Simple ingredients brought together into one complete meal. Outside Korea, bibimbap became one of the easiest Korean dishes for people to understand. Because visually, it already tells a story. Fresh vegetables, warm rice and colorful ingredients. Everything arranged beautifully in one bowl. And unlike some traditional dishes, bibimbap feels approachable, customizable, flexible, almost universal. But underneath that simplicity, is centuries of Korean food philosophy. So the next time you see bibimbap, before mixing everything together, look carefully for a moment. Because this isn't just rice and vegetables inside a bowl. It's balance, color, movement and tradition. And the idea that completely different things can still come together beautifully. Maybe that's why bibimbap survived for generations. Not because it looks perfect, but because it was never afraid to become messy.